All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order. It's 7:01 on the clock here. Participation on the phone, we have Alicia Anthony, Larry Gilmet, Chief Murphy, Bob McLean, Linda Hayes, Joe Anise, Steve Kirby, Carl Campagne, Stephanie Holland, and who just joined in?
Steve, it's JD.
And John Miller on the phone. All right, so it looks like everybody's here from who we need to get going here. So if we could just take a minute to review the meeting minutes from the February 16th meeting for a vote, that'd be great. Hi, who joined in?
Al Elliott's here for the fire department.
Hey Al, how you doing tonight?
Well, how are you?
Good. All right, any questions, comments, or edits from the February 16th meeting minutes?
No.
No. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve meeting minutes as written for February 16th, 2021. Is there a second?
John Malone, Coastal Engineering.
Sorry, it was seconded by who?
Carl.
Seconded by Carl. If we could do a roll call, Alicia, that'd be great.
All right. Stephen?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes. Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
That's everyone for tonight, right?
And JD, John Miller.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
sorry,
I say yes.
John.
Okay.
All right, so all are in favor, so the motion passes, so the minutes are approved as written. Thank you. And John, thanks for joining in. I caught you there at the end.
Okay, yep, glad to be here.
All right, so moving right along, I know Steve has a hard stop at around 7:30. So Steve, if you want to jump right in and get with the project update, and then move right into the schedule, that'd be great.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Project update from last meeting for Senior Center. Certificate of Substantial Completion is going to be dated February 22nd, which was the date we got the elevator inspection and had Bob Vogel come out. Staff moved in on March 4th. Interior punch list has been issued and is being worked on. The exterior punch list is still being developed. Matter of fact, the architect was there today. I'll be there tomorrow. The audiovisual contractor has started his work. That's a separate contract from Delphi directly to the town. Delphi has had a number of different owner training sessions that they have conducted with the various trades, and there's a couple more left to go. Landscaping is weather permitting, but they're hoping to be back and finish up the landscaping no later than the beginning of April. O&Ms and closeout documentation has started to be posted on Procore by the various trades through Delphi. And furniture, the phase one grouping of furniture has been installed.
Kevin Kelly's on.
Hey Kevin, thanks for calling in.
As far as the recreation center, the elevator state inspector came out for the second visit due to a problem the first time he was out, and did pass the inspection on the elevator. We're hoping that Laura and her staff will be able to occupy the new areas this week. We had to have a final sign off by the fire department, and I know Al was out there this afternoon. Al, are we all set out there? I didn't hear anything back from Delphi.
Yeah, I met Mike out the other day. We did a complete walkthrough of the senior center, and then I did a walkthrough of the rec center, and I tested the phone connections from the elevators, and I signed off on both of the occupancy permits. We are
great.
pending-
Thanks very much.
We are pending on some door keying in the room.
I heard. Yeah, I heard about that today.
Opposite the sprinkler room, so we have access, better access to that.
Yep. No, I got that message this afternoon.
That's great. Thank you,
Okay,
Al.
great.
So I guess at this point, then Delphi, they were waiting to take the temporary petitions down until Al gave the okay. So at this point, I believe they'll be taking the temp petitions down tomorrow, doing some cleaning, and then the rec department will be able to occupy the new areas. Punch list will still needs to be done. In the parking lot on the gym side, which is not being turned over because that's going to be our staging and main entrance for the landscaping. So we've talked more, and the main entrance doors are going to be egress only. That will not be used as the entry. Still use the entry on the tennis court side of the rec department. A couple items just to note. We were having some issues with a energy recovery unit on the roof of the senior center. As far as some loud noise, especially over the weekend. The HVAC contractor came out Monday morning, has made some adjustments. We're not sure if everything is 100% yet. We're going to be having a conference call with the contractor, the engineer, the commissioning agent, and the general contractor to go over exactly what the issue is, what they've done, and making sure that the unit is performing the way it should be and giving the proper CFMs. They did reduce the fan speed, and we had also put it on a time schedule, whereas previously it was running 24/7. So that's one issue that's been brought up. People may have heard about it, but it's better, but it's not 100% yet at this point. We still need more information. And then also there has been an issue with or some complaints on the parking lot lights. We do have those operating from 6 to 9 p.m. They do go out at 9 o'clock. There is a requirement to have them on a motion sensor after 9 o'clock. That has not been set up yet. There's some control issues there, which we are also going to have a discussion with the electrician and the engineer on that. That was part of the planning board requirements. But the lights do go off at 9. I know the neighbors are having some issues with some of the timing and then some glare issues. So this is also an ongoing issue, but right now they're going on and off when they're supposed to. That's all I have for the verbal update. If there's some questions, or I'll just go into the photo documentation.
Yeah, that's good, Steve. That's all I heard of too for items that were kind of the ERV issue this weekend. That was one, and then the parking lot lights. But I've gone over there and checked them out. They definitely go on and off on 9 o'clock. Yeah, I mean, it's looking good on our end. All right, you want to go to the photo log?
Yes.
Is there any other questions on the board or any members?
Steve, can I just raise, this is JD, can I raise a quickie question to Steve?
Sure.
Or anybody, if the parking lot lights are on a sensor after 9 o'clock, they're going to pop on all night long.
That's something you can set the motion sensitivity, and you're supposed to be able to set that level. So if an animal walks by, it doesn't go off. It's for like if a car goes in there, but that's something that we got to work on and get that system commissioned up.
Okay. Okay.
It's supposed to come on, but at a lower illumination after 9 o'clock.
After 9, okay. Well, that helps too, I guess.
Steve, I have a question.
Yeah, Carl, go ahead.
This is Carl Campagna. Hey, I see that the owner has begun to move into the building.
Yes.
Has the contractor officially released these areas for us to occupy? And who's going to be responsible if anything goes wrong or if anything happens in there?
Yeah, I'll let Steve take that
Portions of the
one.
building that we've officially occupied.
We have the
Yeah, we
TCO. I
had
mean,
conversation with the general contractor. We did the punch list to make sure that we had documented everything that was existing, essentially before furniture was moved in. You know, in particular, scratches on the wall and so forth.
Okay.
So we're not waiting for them to finish the punch list before we move in. They moved in on the 4th, which was further discussion we had with the general contractor.
So we've officially moved in and accepted those portions of the building.
We have an approval from the building commissioner. All the inspections were approved.
yeah.
And we have an interior punch list.
Okay.
The contractor, Carl, is still on site and doing items that they need to do, or subcontractors are coming in as requested or needed. You know,
Okay.
learning a little bit about the building too, which I guess I will put on later, but it's good.
All right. Yeah, we can move on to let's move on to the photo log, Steve.
And the insurance has been turned over to the town insurance, the MIA. So good. Yes, the photo documentation. I'll go through this quickly. First photo is, JD, this photo, I think it's for you. This is the sign at the main street. I know you had some comments on it, but this is next to the main entry door on the side wall of the building.
Yes.
My only comments
that's
are, this is JD, my comments are that from a design standpoint, I think it's kind of cool, but it doesn't work at all. You can't, the white background doesn't pop against that black rectangle. So when you drive through, all you see is a black rectangle on the building until you're dead smack in front of it 10 to 12 feet away. Otherwise, you don't see anything but a big black rectangle.
Yes,
Are you thinking, JD, that it doesn't direct people to the main entrance well enough because of that?
I don't think it does anything, because it's a big black rectangle. You look at it and you don't see anything. You just drive by it.
Like Steve said, it's
What if instead of relying on the building for the white background, we were to add a white backer to it? That way the white pops more. Then you won't have to worry about the depth.
Steve sent the question on to the architects, and they're reviewing, and they're gonna come up with something.
I think one of the issues is it's set on the back strip.
Yeah.
It's not flush up against the. It wasn't cut in to the wall.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking if you just added a white backer, it would relieve that problem. Like, we have to uninstall and reinstall it, but, you know.
All right.
Right. And I think that's what Rachel already came back with as a
Okay.
sort of a knee-jerk comment. Next photo is simply a photo of the Juliet rails on the second floor where the false doors are in the program room up above the pergola. One of the things that was installed towards the end. And that pergola, that does get stained a solid white or cream stain, off-white, but they haven't done it just because of the weather. Next photo is the gas fireplace in the cafe. That's operable with the switch on the wall. Next photo is just a picture of the podium in the multi-purpose room. That's That is a movable podium. Next photo is the second floor program room with furniture in it. And then the next photo is another second floor program room with furniture.
The arts and crafts room. Identify.
Same, the next photo is the same. Sorry, arts and crafts. Next photo is the game room with the pool table and reverse angle of the game room. The next photo, the new pool table, furniture. Next photo is just picture of the second floor corridor heading towards the men's and women's toilet rooms.
Oh, okay.
And then the next photo is again a corridor photo.
Okay.
The next photo is a shot of the parking lot as it's lit up before 9 o'clock from the soccer field end of the parking lot. It's a photo of the senior center as it's lit up with the lights at the porch area. The next photo is next two photos are showing the cutoff of the lighting from illuminating areas behind the light fixture itself. You can see the line. So those cutoffs are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Last photo is the same thing. That's along the fence line on the west side of the parking lot. And that's it for the photo doc. Any questions on any of those?
Yeah, I have a question. I was hoping you'd take a photograph of the generator and the fence and the stack, the exhaust pipe that's sticking up above the fence. Is there anything that can be done to reduce the height of that or change it to a horizontal? Because I think it, unfortunately, you don't have, maybe on the next meeting you'll have a photograph of that, or maybe you can take a progress photo and send it around to us before the next meeting. But I really think that it detracts from the building big time. And I'm hoping that there's something that can be done to maybe change that to a horizontal exhaust.
Carl, I did have photos of it at the last meeting, which I can resend. Trust me, we've talked about it numerous times. I don't want. I'm not going to say that we can't do it, but this is what the manufacturer's recommendation is for this particular generator. The problem with this project is because it was located where it was. Once when we originally wanted to put the senior center in the place of the B-wing and take the B-wing down, once we put it into the northwest corner of the property, there's no back of the building. You have the west side is the main entry. The south side is the drop-off area. The east side is the green that everybody wants to keep, pristine for the activities and so forth. And the north side, the generator is. Oh no,
I completely understand. I completely understand about the location and the necessity that was the only place to put it. I have no problem with that. It's just the exhaust there, I think, really takes away and detracts. It's on such a prominent view of the building coming down First Parish Road. That's my only comment.
All right, Steve,
I understand that we didn't have much choice about the location of the generator.
Steve, can you just ask the contractor, I guess, if we can go in a horizontal configuration, we'll get a read on it?
Well, yeah, I will. I'll ask the engineer. We're not going to get much out of the contractor.
Okay.
Okay. Just thought I'd raise the question.
Yep. No, we can,
Thanks, Carl.
doesn't hurt to ask.
Be good.
If you don't ask, you know the answer's no.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
Nothing else on progress at this time. Again, we're like Linda said, contractor's still there. They're demobilizing. They're doing punch lists. The site's a lot cleaner than it was. It's got staff in it, so.
All right. Any other questions or comments from anyone on the board? No?
No, I have none.
Okay.
I have none.
All right. I just got a couple of questions from the town here, Steve. I guess one of them, will the meeting be on Facebook Live? No, it's on recording and it's on SCTV, so that's no. There was one asking what the alarm was going off this past weekend, but I think that was probably the ERV making noise, right, Steve? I guess that would be.
It probably was. I was sent a video of it, and that was it was obviously not right.
Okay.
So, that was well, actually, we got the contractor to come in. We got the notification on Sunday mid-morning.
Yeah.
I got one of the guys from the construction company to come and physically turn it off.
Okay, good. That was a good response. All right, and then they were asking where the January minutes are, but those have been posted. All right. Next set of questions here is when will the site fencing be removed?
When they finish the landscaping.
Okay. So that's all weather dependent anyways.
Yeah, I mean, they trust me, they want to get out of there as soon as they can. So
Yeah.
it just, I mean, we had some nice weather, and now we're back into the 20s. So we don't want them trying to grow grass now.
Exactly, yeah. And there was one about cleaning up the leaves and kind of debris around the property. I'm assuming that'll be done with the landscaping.
Well, that is an issue. That is a good point. We would like that.
I don't know where we're talking about exactly, but I mean, if it's caught up in some silk fence or something, yeah.
It's along, the butter's fence line and property there. All right. And then the last one being just about the lights again, about the lights being left on at the senior center and over in the B wing of the building, which I know Linda's been working on and trying to get that squared away.
Certainly not just been work. I mean, there is, I guess, a bit of a learning curve as it turns out. There's some complexities, but
Yeah.
I turn off the lights every night when I leave unless they are on a sensor. Because
Yes.
obviously as I step into the hallway or go upstairs or go past any of the areas that are on a sensor, they go on.
Right.
And then, either I'm waiting 10 minutes to make sure they go off or we're trusting better that this is the case. Learning exactly which ones may have been touched with a switch is something else. So I think we know, but we are also scheduled to get more in-depth training on what we can do with the lights or how they maybe are meant to operate in the best fashion and the most dependable. So I have left there with all lights off.
Okay. No, that's good, and I know you're working, and I think you've said you're working with the people over in the B wing too. I don't know who runs the lights over in B wing, but
I can't answer that.
yeah. Okay. All right, that's the town's questions. Anything from the board now? All right, we'll move right into the.
Sorry, I have one. Any new development with that, with the table in the kitchen, Linda? I know you're worried about leaning over it and reaching from the cafe side.
Yes. That has, we have not done anything about that as yet. Whether we are even able to replace it, I don't know. Or whether we'd have to find another place for that and order another one that's less steep. I haven't changed it yet.
Okay, so let's try it out first and kind of see how it goes.
Maybe the same is true of that shelving unit on top of the island that I didn't, excuse me, I didn't love, but we can remove it, and I plan on it,
Okay.
unless somebody really wants it that steps into the role.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Linda. All right. You want to do your invoices and change orders here, Steve?
Yes, I've got change order number 11. I'd like to get voted on tonight. It has 12 separate PCOs in it. The total is $4,312.84. But that's because there are a couple of credits in here. I'll go through them quickly. CR10 R3 was for low voltage revisions requested by the owner and town IT, totaling a credit of $8,800.11. PCO 83 is for the revisions to the lettering on the exterior signage. There's a credit of $657.96. PCO 86 to add a roof ledger on the knee wall adjacent to the condensing units. We wanted the roofer to do that. This will allow Kevin and his staff to put plywood on top of the ledger and spanning across to the blocking that and the frame that supports the air conditioning units in order to get a step ladder up, because these units are much higher than you can reach, and a step ladder is necessary. We wanted the roofer to put the ledger on because we didn't want to void the roof membrane warranty. PCO 89 is exterior door signage that was required by the fire department to identify the exit doors. That was $433.80. I'm sorry, going back to the roof ledger, that was $2,592.07. Bulletin PCO number 89, Bulletin 92 was for changing the fire department connection to a stores connection. It was specified for something different. The fire department uses 4-inch stores. That was $334.16. PCO 90 was to replace some unsuitable soils that were discovered when constructing the sidewalk. That was $2,964. PCO 91. This was a revision at the rec center woman's room bathroom. There was a door that did not lay out properly because of some dimensions that were not, some of the lake conditions, dimensions didn't work in order to get the proper swing of the door for MAB. So we had them do some revision work to how the door laid out. That was $1,314.08. PCO 92, Bulletin 90, this was to add a sycamore tree as requested by the planning board to replace the tree by the gym that was cut down. It was $1,132.16. PCO 99, Bulletin 97, this was to add a power strip at the reception desk in the senior center lobby. That was $1,185.41. PCO 100, Order 101, this was for requirement by the fire department to add a beacon to the outside of the building to indicate when the fire alarm was activated. That was $1,322.41. PCO 103 was to add an outlet for the treadmill up in the exercise or the cardio room. Treadmill required a dedicated circuit, and the outlets up there were not dedicated. That was $602.12. And then PCO 108 was to add a twist lock plug in the IT closet as requested by Mike Picello, the IT director. That was $1,809.70. Again, total $4,312.84.
All right, yeah, I mean, I looked it over, just kind of a bunch of odds and ends, and after inspection stuff, it seems pretty consistent with the type of, wrap up we have of projects and things like that. Any questions or comments from the board on the change order?
No.
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 All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve Delphi Construction Company change order number 11, inclusive of PCO numbers 10R3, 83, 86, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 99, 100, 103, and 108, all detailed out by Steve Kirby previously and reviewed. The change order is in the amount of $4,312.84. Is there a second?
Second, Joe Anise.
Seconded by Joe Anise. If we could do a roll call on the senior center. Alicia, that'd be great.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes,
Peter?
Yes. And JD, John Miller.
Oh, sorry, I keep doing that. JD?
Yes.
All right, all in favor, so the motion passes. Good.
Okay, the next item I have is application for payment number 14 from Delphi Construction. It's in the amount of $319,464.44. Brings them to 97% complete. It was certified by the architect today. The senior center involves concrete, masonry, mist metals, carpentry, siding, fire stopping, waterproofing, roofing, glazing, overhead doors, drywall, tiles, acoustical ceilings, resilient flooring, carpet, painting, building specialties, food service equipment, elevator, MEP, site work and landscaping, and the recreation center for costs associated with demolition, mist metals, carpentry, waterproofing, roofing, doors, resilient flooring, painting, elevator, MEPs. Also general conditions and change orders. Again, that's total amount $319,464.44.
And that brings us to 97%, you're saying?
97%, yeah, based on the map of the requisition.
Have they monetized the punch list?
No, the punch list has been issued. The contractor needs to go through it, send it back to us and say they're done with it, and then we'll go back and back punch it, and then we'll monetize it at that point. We still have $806,000 balance on the contract, for retainage and work to complete.
Okay, I mean, that's significant. Okay. Did you get the chance to review this? That's all right. All right, good. Any questions or comments on the requisition for payment?
No.
No.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to
I
approve.
have a quick question.
Go ahead, Joe.
Regarding the BDA, is there a credit due? Are you guys negotiating on that? Doesn't seem like we're gonna need to do that, right?
We don't need the BDA. We did the contractor did the test. They've submitted a credit. We feel it's too low, so it's an ongoing issue. But there is a credit coming back. Yes.
Okay, all right, good enough. I know they certainly haven't billed against it, so I'm sure that's a negotiation. You guys will figure it out. Thank you.
Good, thank you for speaking up,
I think
Joe.
the federal value is still up
All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve Delphi Construction's application for payment number 14 for services through February 28th. The application has been reviewed by Vertex and BH+A and approved. The amount of the application for payment is $319,464.44. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Carl Campagna. And if we could do a quick roll call for the senior center, Alicia, that'd be great.
Ron Miller,
Yes.
Stephanie Holland,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Stephen.
Yes. All right, the vote is unanimous, so the motion passes.
Okay, and then the last invoice I have is actually a Vertex invoice for the month of February, 144,580, for the amount of $28,572.17. It's for project management, clerical work services, a Fitzmyers hardship commission invoice, and then some building materials that we ended up getting just to, because it was quicker.
Was there a question or comment on the Vertex invoice? No? Okay.
No?
All right, seems pretty consistent with past invoices and monthly services as laid out by Steve here. So no questions or comments on it?
No.
No?
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve Vertex invoice number 144580 for services from January 31st to February 28th in the amount of $28,572.17. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Larry. If we can do a roll call, Alicia.
Dee
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Stephen.
Yes. All right, so the vote is unanimous and the motion passes. Good. So does that wrap up?
Thank you, everybody. I gotta jump off. But one thing though, Linda, are you going to be presenting the GGI amendments tonight?
Ooh, the amendments, no, I don't have that, the amendments, I do not have that.
Yep, one of them is $1,049.57, the other is $824.80. It's for the items that you wanted to add.
If we don't have the stuff now, it's probably too late.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have that in
All right.
front of me, and I'm not sure what, I can tell them what the schedule is, and I can forward those things if we want to inform them as they're being sent. But I don't have the
Okay.
technical.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
We had a page turn last week for audiovisual, and, just as DGI was coming on before they came in, they started last Thursday for the rough-in for the cabling, so they have not been there for 2 days, and then they're coming back next week for installation.
Okay.
So there was some issue that Mike Vincello from IT is also helping out with, so just in terms of cabling, making sure I can have cable access, where they're putting the display units. So some of that may not have been clear, but Mike is pretty comfortable with what he can do beyond what they are installing.
All right. Yeah, just keep us posted on change orders. we'll have to vote on them, but, okay.
Okay, well, we don't have that.
I do have some purchase orders to go through here from most of, for some of the seniors, most of it's AV stuff here for the senior center from Mike Michello. So I have one invoice here from Yacht Technology Solutions, I guess. It's for the 2 net switches and some fiber access points. So this was the bigger bill for the switches and kind of the bulk of the system. The invoice is in the amount of $22,970.74. The stuff was there. I mean, I saw it there. I mean, it's all installed. It looks like it's all. I mean, the internet's working there, right, and everything's up and running. Linda?
Oh, the computers?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Phone system?
Yeah. No, the computers, yeah. The computers, I guess.
Well, we're still waiting hardware, new hardware. So we brought our computers from the old building.
No, but they're working, right?
After using anyway?
You have internet there and you have connectivity to the town, correct?
Yeah.
So,
We have
yeah.
internet, we do. We have
So the switches are
what's our
installed.
wireless access point?
Right, so the switch is installed and the access points are up and running, so.
Yes.
So I feel this purchase order we can approve. So is there any questions or comments on this purchase order?
No.
All right.
I have none.
I'd like to make a motion to approve purchase order number 2105-187 for network switches and 13 access points and fiber in the amount of $22,970.74. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Joe Anise. We do a roll call, Alicia, for the senior center.
Stephen?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
JD?
Yes.
All right, the next one, I have a purchase order, as we talked about before, for fiber installation to get the building onto the town's fiber network, the inner working for the municipal fiber network. So this is to hook the building up to the municipal fiber for all the Scituate buildings. So obviously that work's been done because the computers are up and running, site's kind of complete. Any questions or comments on this purchase order?
Nope.
No. I'd like to make a motion to approve purchase order 2105-181 for the fiber connection to the municipal fiber network in the amount of $5,662.22. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Carl. Do a roll call, Alicia, that'd be great.
JD?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Stephen?
Yes. All right, everybody, everybody's unanimous, so the motion passes. All right, next purchase order is for the firewall, the protection firewall for the network, which is also installed and up and running. Any questions or comments on that one? No? All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve purchase order number 2105-182 for the firewall protecting the network at the Council on Aging in the amount of $1,115.83. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Joe Anise. We do a roll call.
JD?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Stephen.
Yes. All right, so the vote is unanimous and the motion passes. Next one up here is for network cabling, power distribution units, surge protectors, and some miscellaneous parts in the amount of $869.73. Any questions or comments on this one?
No, I have none. No.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve purchase order number 2105183 for network cables, power distribution units, surge protectors, and miscellaneous parts in the amount of $869.73. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Carl.
JD,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Stephen.
Yes. All right. Votes unanimous and the motion passes. We got three more, it looks like here. All right. So this next one up is for the phone system, the voice over IP phone system and licenses in the amount of $9,818.86. I guess pretty straightforward. The phones are there, they're working. Is that the phone's working all right, Linda? Everything in the place?
Yes, the phone system is beautiful. We're very happy with it. Great phone. Everything's working.
Good. Any questions or comments on this one? No? All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve purchase order 2105-179 for the phone system and licenses at this Council on Aging in the amount of $9,818.86. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Seconded by Stephanie. Roll call.
Larry,
Yes.
JD,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Stephen.
Yes. All right, the vote's unanimous, so the motion passes. All right, so this one's for Burkhart Brothers Moving. There was some moving involved from the old senior center to the new senior center. So this one's from Linda, pretty straightforward. Linda, they're just moving some
There's a lot of boxes.
Yeah, I
some
bet.
kitchenwares, nothing hugely substantial. We left
Yeah.
a fair amount there. Some stuff that's, not useful, and some tables and chairs that we could use, but for the time being remain there. So anyway,
Okay.
moving took about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, the amount was $1,209. Seems pretty reasonable for the amount of moving.
It was. The quote was for a little bit more, so they were efficient.
Okay. Any questions?
Steve, this is JD. I have
Yeah.
just a quick question. So is that done? Is Burkhart done, or will they be coming back to do more?
No, that's all we hired them to do for that one time.
Okay.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve purchase order number 210642 to Burkhart Brothers Moving from the old Council on Aging to the new Council on Aging in the amount of $1,209.00. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Carl.
JD,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Stephen.
Yes. All right, the vote is unanimous, so moved. And the last one here is from Home Depot for, looks like some, cleaning supplies and things like that. Is that, do you know what this is for, Linda? Oh, Kevin Kelly, Kevin?
Sorry. Yeah, it's just a
That's a list of, go ahead, Linda. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. I saw the bathroom accessories that needed to be installed on the walls, soap and paper towel, dispensers, supplies.
So what's the invoice cost, Steve? How much is, which one's in front of you?
$1,510.65.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's for, what Linda just said.
Okay. Is that everything you need, Kevin, or is that?
No, I've got two more orders pending. We're working on to set up supplies for the building, equipment and supplies for the 2.5, I'll call it, janitor closets. So the mops, the buckets, the barrels, ladders to get to equipment, floor scrubbers, sweepers, vacuums, the whole kit and caboodle, shelving units. I believe Steve had a budget number for that, and obviously he's working to stay within that.
All right, maybe, I guess is that something you can put together? We could take a look at it, or?
I did put it together and submitted it to Steve.
Okay.
He's already offline, so I can't ask what the status of that piece of it is. But I know he budgeted, I think, out of FF&E.
Yeah, there should be something in there, yeah.
I don't quote me, but I think the number's 18. And I do need to start ordering some of the stuff. We're kind of borrowing from other buildings now to do things.
All right, I'll follow up with Steve on it. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve purchase order number 2107655 to Home Depot for miscellaneous cleaning supplies and toiletries for the Council on Aging in the amount of $1,510.65. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Carl. Can do a roll call.
Yes.
Stephanie? Stephanie, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Steven?
Yes. All right. So the vote is unanimous. So the motion passes. All right. Good. That I think that wraps it up for the senior center discussion. Unless anybody else has anything hanging out there they'd like to chat about. No. Okay. So moving right along, we'll get right into the Hummerock Fire Station project update and review. John is.
Thanks.
Okay, Linda. John is on the phone here to take that. I don't know if you want to give us a little update, John. That'd be great.
Yes, good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. So I saw this last time, so I'm going to come up and the whole meeting slipped away here. So anyways, we're moving right along. We're starting to meet weekly with tower construction. They're on schedule to start work on April the 5th. We're still waiting for the building permit. There was a little delay in trying to get the demolition. Well, they have to do with the utilities, the disconnect on the utilities. So Chief Murphy and the folks from Tower Construction were working on that one. Chief Murphy's planning on moving the staff out the prior weekend, that'd be April 3rd, in anticipation of site demolition. So that's moving along. Contractor submitted a number of some shop drawings, RFIs, a schedule of value, a draft construction schedule. So we've been processing those as they've been coming in. The Tower Construction did report back to us on offsetting the costs for substituting hardy siding with the sheet metal siding that's currently shown based on the Morton building, which was which was the original proposal. But and when the contractor had submitted the documents, they were leaning towards Barden Building Products for the prefab building. Turns out that Barden bailed out contractually, so Tower Construction was looking for another vendor to provide the pre-engineered building for the apparatus bay. And in the midst of that discussion, I think as you're aware of, there was a discussion about substituting the sheet metal siding that was, again, part of the Morton package on the apparatus bay with the hardy board plank, which would tie it in with the living quarters building. So, and going back and forth with Tower Construction on that component, he was able to locate another vendor, a company called Hard Pine. They're located in Fall River. They'll do all the prefabricated components, the roof trusses. They're to talk about doing a panelized system, which is going to make the construction schedule more efficient on that end of it. And then we were looking at the substitution for the hard pine and the metal panels, as I said earlier. So the bottom line is that it looks like we're going to be able to make that work with no additional cost, essentially swapping out the metal panels for the hardy board, and then the roof shingles, asphalt roof shingles on both buildings as well. So the apparatus bay building, as you know, had metal panels, metal siding both on the walls as well as on the roof. So now that's all going to be more conventional construction. So anyway, so that's all kind of worked its way out. The bottom line is that we'll be able to get the hardy plank and the asphalt shingles on both buildings at no additional cost. So that was kind of the big thing last week and a half.
Yeah.
Trying to iron all that part of it out.
How come Barden Buildings backed out? Did they give you any detail on that?
Yeah, no, I was trying to chase them down. I really didn't get a straight answer from, I didn't get the answer from them at all. From what Patrick Fitzgerald told me was that they were just busy. And guess what, when we talked to them back in December, they felt that they could fit into their schedule. But then, by the time April rolled around, March, April here rolls around, they found that they were just overcommitted and they didn't think they could do it, so they just bailed out. So anyway, Patrick, he jumped on it right away. As I said, he looked at a number of different companies. He went down as far as South Carolina. He said he located a company down there that did the whole prefab. He said that he was concerned about, the supply chain, obviously, getting materials up here in a timely manner. It's a company that he had not worked for. So he apparently had worked with this other company, Hard Pine. They are a local company. They're close proximity, so that seems to be a good fit. Okay, so that's kind of a quick snapshot on the project overall. A couple things I think we should talk about tonight. One was there's a little discrepancy on the building plans on the windows in the dorm building. There's a set of twin double-hung windows in both the dorm rooms, and on the one side, the front facing the street. It's a D-size window, which is a full size. The one in the back was a smaller window because there's a handicap ramp along the back. I'm sorry, I don't have a screen I could share with you, but if you have drawings on your available, you can look at the drawing A2.1, which shows the two elevations, A2.1 and A2.2. So essentially, it's a twin double-hung window, both in the front and the back of the building. The one in the back of the building was shown a little shorter because of the handicap ramp. Well, it turns out that window doesn't have enough open area for egress. It's a sleeping window. By code, you have to have a certain size window as a second means of egress. So anyways, we went back and forth a little bit on that, just try to get the window size confirmed with the vendor. The architect was put in touch with the Cape Home Centers, who was supplying the windows, and confirmed that the C size was too small. So we looked at, what the cost differential was to substitute a D window for the C window. So it was about a $100 difference to upgrade or go to the bigger size window from the C to the D window. The other option is to eliminate one of the twin windows and just go with a single window in the back. Full D size, actually there'd be a savings there. The The windows are about $1,000 a piece. So you'd have to, there's an extra 100 for the upgrade and the increased size from the C to the D size, but if you eliminate the one window, it'd be $1,000 savings, so it's about $900 net savings there. So that's a decision that we can talk about on the building committee here, what the desire is there. Technically by code, all you really need is one window. Architecturally, I think as you look at the front of the building, it looks nice because it's symmetrical. You've got a double or a twin double hung window over in the living room area. So when you look at it from the front elevation, you've got some symmetry. You got the porch in the middle, and then you got the two the pair of the double windows, and then there's another single window at the triage room there. So anyway, that's something that we could discuss, and we're still waiting to get full figures from Power Construction, but those were ballpark figures just for discussion purposes. The other thing we discussed is the contracting of the engineering testing company for materials testing for Chapter 17 of the Building Code. This is primarily for compaction testing for subgrade and structural fill underneath the apparatus-based slab, as well as some concrete testing. So we solicited proposals from 4 different testing companies, and the most favorable pricing was from Briggs. It was kind of all over the place. They all had different ways of calculating their rates. They essentially gave us hourly rates for the testing, and they vary from depending on what the skill sets were for soil compaction, concrete testing, and so forth. So anyways, we put a spreadsheet together and passed that on to Chief Murphy. I don't know if anybody in the building committee had a chance to look at it, whether or not that was passed along to you all for comparison purposes. We did a little analysis on a spreadsheet, as I said before, and the bottom line is Briggs Engineering came in at about $7,444. They were on the low side. The highest one was $12,968. That was from Finol, testing company in Natick. Just for what it's worth, we did have $7,500 budgeted in the project cost. We actually had $7,500 budgeted for Chapter 17 testing, and we have $10,000 budgeted for HVAC commissioning. In speaking with the building official, we don't believe that you're going to need to do HVAC commissioning. It's essentially kind of a residential style HVAC system in there. Yeah. So we're thinking that may not be required. We're still carrying it in the budget, but just kind of keep that in mind in terms of this as a budget item for both the testing and for the commissioning. I think there's plenty of money in the budget to carry those 2 items, particularly if we don't need to do that one.
Did you get this
so that's a real kind of quick sketch of where we're at. Again, looking forward to the groundbreaking. We still have to meet with Conservation Commission at the pre-construction meeting with them. We want to make sure that they get the erosion control components to it. I think the conservation agent wants the erosion control in place before having the pre-construction meeting, but given the schedule, Tower Construction is trying hopefully to be able to get the pre-construction site meeting before the erosion control is put in. So anyways, that's a minor detail. All right, well, so that's all I have there on my part. Does anyone have any questions?
No, it seems like you're moving right along. I don't know, Joe, do you have anything to add?
No, John, this is Joey's. Based, on the substitution on with the barn and whatnot, is Tower going to put together a submittal so we can see it? I mean, I know there's been a lot of conversation back and forth, and I know there's a lot of effort into that. Is there going to be a submittal so we can all see it?
Yeah, there will be a formal submittal. I mean, he sent us essentially a web link to the Hardy Plank, the Hardy company. So it's the generic whatever's on their website. So yeah, you can answer your question. Yeah, we'll see something specifically. We already passed them along the color selections that you passed along to match the
Yes.
the other building there, the public safety building. So yeah, to answer your question, there will be. I think we were mostly concerned about the overall cost. I mean, I think everyone's familiar with the product itself. We're using it on the living quarter buildings already, so it will get processed. It was really to get this piece of it in place so that we can make a decision, go ahead and go move forward with that on the project.
Yeah, like Joe's noted, it'd be good to get a full package and a full submittal for review, and then kind of a sign off. I mean, that's kind of standard procedure here, you know.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would expect, I would anticipate like a proposed change order at no cost, right? And it more or less is a change.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you got it.
Just point out.
Yeah, however you want to process that. I mean, essentially it's a substitution of materials, and you know, if that's the way you want to handle that, whatever, it doesn't matter to me.
So yeah, so if we get a submittal, or almost like Joe saying, a change order on that one, and similar to the window here, I know as small a change it is, but it's just something documented and something to review and to look at and get that through,
Sure.
And then the contract to
So let me ask
Go ahead, Joe. Yeah, John. Yeah.
Let me ask a question on the window. I'm sorry, just on the on that window. So would you want to keep the two windows in the back? And I mean, $100, whatever it is, doesn't seem like a lot of money to spend. I think we've got some contingency money, obviously, in the budget to cover these sort of things.
Can I chime in on this, Steve?
Yeah, go ahead.
So in the back, as long as the front is symmetrical, like John talked of, it's symmetrical up front, in the rear window looking at the parking lot, handicap ramp going by, we're okay with a single window back there. If that saves us some money, where we may be able to use it later on for something else, I think we're okay with that single window as long as it meets code and it opens and they get some air going through there. So that's not a big deal, I don't think, for the fire department. Second, the Briggs inspections, that's who actually Bob Vogel recommended. He deals with them a lot down in Scituate. Reputable company, and he's actually happy that they came with the lower bid. So Briggs is sort of a check off from the building department and the HVAC as well. It's basically going to be a residential. It's a 1,200 square foot living space. It's a residential unit, so they don't see any reason why we need commissioning there. I think we all agree with that. Utilize that money if we need it somewhere else, because we know stuff's going to come up. So we're flexible on that window in the back and the other two things we discussed as well. Great.
That's good feedback, Chief. I appreciate it. Yeah, again, I mean, it'd be good to wrap this stuff up just into a change order so we could see it officially and get a site, get our eyes on it and have some kind of official documentation to make any of these changes. And then also with the contract, none of us have seen actually the contracts. So I don't think we're ready to vote on that one either, unfortunately.
The contract for tower you're talking about?
No, the contract, for the material testing and would you solicit 4 companies, you said?
Yeah.
That's something generally we take a look over and vote on as a board,
Sure. John, I did not forward that. I thought you sent that to Steve, but I can send that over to him. Or if you
I thought I copied. I thought I copied them, but yeah. So if you could, please.
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
All right.
Do you have to wait till the next meeting to authorize that contract? Because I'd like to get them under contract.
Right.
Coordination. They're gonna have to do some soil tests and things like that in advance.
So you're going to pay for that directly out of your? Sorry, I don't know what that was. You're going to pay for that directly out of your contract?
No, that's a separate contract that's between the town and the testing company directly.
That's in the budget, Steve?
Yeah.
$7,500 in the budget allocated for that?
Yeah, but sometimes Chief, it's Nancy. Sometimes it's a pass-through,
Yeah.
the architect or the OPM as an amendment. That's what we're trying to find out.
Yeah, historically, we've always passed them through the contract, either OPM or the the PM.
Well, the OPM, and this is the building department, Neil Duggan, so it's under the threshold for an OPM.
Yeah.
However you want to handle it, we can handle it.
What's the best way to handle it, Nancy?
Well, we don't have a contract, so
Yeah.
they can't retain them and they can't use them until we have a signed, executed contract in place.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that.
So she said, we don't have a contract in place. It needed to be reviewed and voted on, and then kind of signed, sealed, delivered to move forward with it.
So if we go with Briggs as recommended, John, you can get a contract. Is that how we do it? Or does the town have to do that?
Yeah, I mean, essentially it's a proposal in contract form. It's
Yeah.
got their standard conditions and so forth on it. I did copy Joe on that, and so I don't know if Joe, you want to pass that along to the rest of them?
I think I'll pass it along. I have it. I guess it's just how we're going to move forward with it. Isn't in fact we get them a purchase order or a contract?
We'd need to see the board would need to see the contracts and review them and vote on it.
Right. So that's a month away, right?
Yeah. When do you need this stuff done by, John?
Well, I mean, sooner the better. They're going to be breaking ground in a few weeks. We'd like to get the samples out to them for the proctor tests and so forth. So, I mean, we still have, some time, before we get them on board. But, obviously I don't want to wait another month.
Yeah. I mean, we might be able to pull together a quick meeting to go over just because it seems like you got a couple change orders and a couple of things hanging here that we need to solidify. All right, I'll take. Yeah, I guess I'll have to take, and we'll have to figure out how to figure out another meeting before our next meeting to review this stuff. So yeah, if you could prepare a change order for the siding and the roofing, a change order for the window, kind of a change order for the HVAC commissioning, and then a section to kind of review these contracts and get those dialed in and voted on.
Yeah, there really wouldn't be any change order for the commissioning since there's really nothing under contract. It's just a budget item. We'd have the change orders for the two items that you described.
Okay.
The siding and the windows, and then it would just be the approval of the contract. I'll send you. I'll just forward the same email that I sent the Chief Murphy and Joe and East, which has the four proposals, and then it's got like a spreadsheet analysis of what we estimated the hourly, because they gave us essentially hourly breakdown for their various tasks.
Okay. That sound fair to the rest of the board? That seemed like a good path forward?
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me.
That's in keeping with our past protocols, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So I'll get I'll get a message going and see if we can get a meeting together here in the next couple of weeks to go over the stuff. Okay.
Steve, do you want me to go through some of the utility questions that John brought up earlier, and also Fourth Cliff? As John said, April 5th is our target date to transition the firefighters to Fourth Cliff. We do have a residence picked out up there. We're meeting with a general manager from Hanson Air Force Base. Actually, we're going to meet out there tomorrow again, just to finalize our location for the canopy that we purchased for the pumper. And also, looking at a gate up at the top of the hill. They have some fence work that needs to be done, so we're trying to work together and get a gate at the top of the hill, so we don't have to go through the whole base to get out. We literally, it's the first building right next to the gate. So working on the gate at the hill. Also make sure the phone transitions, our current phone numbers down there, we transition up to there, and how we're going to communicate. And so that's what we flip on the morning to finalize those details. We have a game plan. We just want to sort of lock and get it finalized. After that, we're meeting with Eversource, the general manager, tomorrow, the relocation of that pole. We have a second pole down there. The first one, original one, is in the way of the access and egress of the new apparatus space. So we'll be meeting with them tomorrow, and also with Walter Ferry, who's the town electrical inspector, one of the electricians members, and also and Alex, I forget his last name, Alex Beat from Tower Construction. He's handling all the utility transitions from their part. So we're all going to meet tomorrow, get all the utility stuff. I think by next Monday, we're hoping to take the underground connection to the building, put an above ground to the new pole, and that'll make an easy transition. We shut the power off, which is going to relocate that overhead service feed to a temporary post, so they'll have power on the property. So all that utility stuff working out as well as with Verizon and Comcast to make sure that April 5th things go smoothly.
No, that's good. That's a good amount of work, and it seems I'm glad the Air Force Base or Hanscom seems like they're being pretty accommodating, which is nice of them too. That's good to hear. Good neighbors up there, right?
Yeah, we provide fire and police service to them, so it's sort of it's involved that goes in that. But we have a good relationship up there, so it does work out well.
Yeah, it's great. Okay. Any?
Hey, Chief, this is Joe Anise. I have a question.
Hey, Joe.
You there, Chief?
I'm here.
I appreciate you guys working hard with Eversource, and I know Walter and I go back a long time, so it's great he's on board. After our last meeting last week, I reached out to someone I know with Eversource over my years of experience, and I was just thinking out loud about what we're going to do about disconnecting the building and get a letter to the GC that says, from Eversource, right? That's a requirement. Could you check tomorrow with Eversource? You guys have a work order. I don't know who got that for you. Was it Walter? Or somebody
Brian Miller.
to get it. Fine. Okay, good.
Brian Miller. We work with Brian. Brian is a supervisor down there. So Brian Miller, and then Walter had to okay it, approve it, send his record number in. And also we did a submission to Eversource officially by on an email and fill out the forms this week and sent them in for the April 5th power shut-off as well. So I think we get everything covered there. And I'm going to meet tomorrow with Brian Miller.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I want to just make sure if there's space tomorrow that everything's covered, there's no surprises.
That's the important thing. My friend said, I'll come and shut the power off for you, Joe, anytime, but I can't write a letter for you. So that's not going to help, is it? So,
okay, contact was made, so I think we're okay there. We're also working on the gas end with Eversource to make sure that that's going to get shut off the same day. And we'll coordinate with the water department as well.
Great. Thank you.
Good.
You're welcome.
All right. Any other questions, comments? No? Okay.
No, I have none.
The only other thing I think there was going to be a groundbreaking, John, you wanted to do. I just wanted to talk to the town administrator. I think once we got the sign put up down there, which I believe is going to be next week, we could do a groundbreaking maybe sometime in April.
All right.
Whatever we want. I'm not sure if the commission needs to know that, but that's the only thing that's pending. Other than that,
no, it'd be good. We I know we didn't get to do one for the senior center just because of COVID and everything, but yeah, if you have someone planning it, chief, and that'd be great. Yeah, if you can stay COVID compliant, that'd be awesome.
A shovel and a mask.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, I guess we have 2 purchase orders here from the Humrock Fire Station project. So one is from Coastal Engineering, just their monthly services. I don't know, if John, you have anything to add to this, but yeah, pretty standard, it looks like.
Yeah, just to, it's a $50,000 contract, it's about 10 months.
Yeah.
There's no expected concern. So just to make it simple, I just kind of broke it up into 10 equal payments, $5,000 each.
Yep.
So, just kind of keep it simple that way for my accounting and your accounting as well. I thought that'd be the way to do it.
So you guys are finally looking for some money here.
It helps.
I know.
That's a novelty, right? Get paid for your work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty standard. Any questions or comments from the board?
No.
All right.
None, no.
I'd like to make a motion to approve purchase order number 2106827 to Coastal Engineering for services rendered through February 28, 2021 in the amount of $5,000. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by, I heard Larry there. And then if we could do a quick roll call on the fire station project, Alicia, that'd be great.
Stephanie? Yes. Dee
John's not part of the fire station.
Okay. Larry?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Keith Murphy?
Yes.
Steven?
Yes, and Brian's not on the call, right, Chief? No, I didn't hear him.
You say Brian McGowan?
Oh, Brian's on the call.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Then Brian would be. The other
Yes.
one. Great. All right. So the vote's unanimous and the motion passes. Thank you, everyone. And then one, just on the same project, it was for Vertex Engineering for. They did some early on work, right, Chief, over there?
Yeah, they did.
So some owner's representation for the initial kind of kickoff of the project and some OPM services to get the project going. So there's a small invoice here for services from Vertex from December 27th through January 30th in the amount of $525. So any questions or comments from anyone on the board in this invoice?
Not I. Oh.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve purchase order number 2107645 to the Vertex Companies for OPM services to the Hummer Fire Station for some pre-planning activities from December 27th to January 30th in the amount of $525. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by, was that Carl? Was that who? I don't know who that was.
Yes.
So seconded by Carl. If we do a roll call on the fire station project, Lisa?
Stephanie? Yes. Larry?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Keith Murphy?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Steve, myself. Yes. All right. So the motion, the vote's unanimous and the motion passes. All right, good. Any other final questions for the Hummerock Fire Station?
Joe, I have comment. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Joe.
This is
Yep.
Joe. I'm looking at, what John sent me and to try to expedite this thing with Briggs. It really is, in fact, a proposal type of contract, and if you've read it, it's dated the 25th of February, and they really have a 30-day window on it. The proposal is good for 30 days, so I think, to help expedite this, whatever we have to do to get this done. And Steve, if you don't have it, I'll get it to you.
We still need to review it as a board, so we'll have to get another meeting together to get it done.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a proposal and accepted by.
Yeah.
Pretty basic type of thing, but I just trying to expedite that would be great.
Okay. Yep. Thanks, Joe. All right. Moving right along. So we'll next up is just the Quick update on the public safety complex over in 3A. The one remaining item there is the HVAC. Is Kevin, you still on the line?
I am still here.
There we go.
Hello. So,
Excuse me, are you all through with me then?
Yes, thanks, John.
I'm sorry, this is John Balone. All right, great, thank you. Talk to you next time.
Take care.
Thanks, John. Talk to you Thursday.
All right, go ahead, Kevin. So GGD has been out there?
Okay. Yeah, I met with two engineers from GGD on the site, and we reviewed the whole thing, the needs, requirements, walked around and looked at different potential applications. They've been back out once since then, and I wasn't expecting to have something by now, but they're going to be getting something to me soon with a proposal of what they think will work best there.
Okay. All right, so they're getting you the proposal. It's coming soon. Okay.
Well, they designed the design.
Design.
You know, they're making up what's going to work, and it looks like it's going to be a split unit, probably cassettes.
Okay. That's good. Progress. I like it.
Yeah, progress. And so jumping into the library, I even have a little progress on that, amazingly enough. So on the generator thing.
Sorry, was there a comment?
What's the matter?
Well, Kevin, now you're just showing off.
I know, right?
No, I'm not showing off at all. No, I'm not showing off at all because I said little progress. So we've reached, I met with Joe, I think we did that on around or about the previous meeting.
Yeah.
And we reviewed the stuff, and I've spoken to Costantini, and he's implementing all the things that we had in there. We're still, Sean McCarthy is working with Sean McCarthy to get the survey, the land survey information we need. And I reached out to the gas company to, Dennis, it doesn't matter. But they're getting back to me on if there's enough gas on the street to do a gas generator as opposed to a diesel generator. And then that's also kicking off another conversation about potential for, is there enough during full load or a gas pressure from no load to full load.
Yep.
Sometimes the need to look into a booster, but that will all be answered when I hear back from the gas company. I had not heard back from the gas company before today. I was hoping I would, but I have not. But I haven't talked to them in a few days either. But we've made a little progress, and Sean McCarthy and I have talked more about getting the rest of the documentation together with Costantini.
Okay. So currently you have a proposal for a diesel generator, correct?
That's correct, but there's been a lot of questions about gas.
Yep.
And do we want to go with gas? And so we were originally told that there wasn't adequate gas on the street.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting conflicting information to that, so I'm verifying that as we continue to proceed.
All right. Do you have any ballpark and just a generalization of what the cost difference would be?
I don't. I think the gas, the lead time on the gas is a little bit longer and it's potentially a little more expensive, but not, I don't have any ballpark on that at all, no.
All right. So I was going to say that if the gas is going to be exponentially more expensive, the appetites for this thing change a little, So is the plan to go to Board of Select people with a oil option and a gas option, or is it?
I would love to find out what that cost difference would be before I go to the board, so I could just recommend one or the other. I don't feel like we'd rather give an option.
All right, I think what we can do
my
is...
experience, I would prefer gas, and I think we would prefer gas. The natural gas, I think, is a better option to go.
Yeah. Yeah, pros and cons.
So if that's possible. There are pros and cons to that, but we were kind of driven the other way to go diesel before, but now we're looking into the gas option if it's available at the same time.
All right, I guess I would give the guidance.
It's a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve, what did you say?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I would just give the guidance, I guess, carry forward with, I mean, you're this far with the gas one, just, I guess, get the dial in with the cost and everything, and then we can look at them both and make our, in the public building commission at that point can make the best recommendation, you know, with you and to carry forward, I guess, you know?
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed. If it doesn't make sense, if it's crazy money, then yeah, it's a non-starter.
Got it. All right, cool.
Kevin, this is Joe. Help me out here, I forget, I don't have it in front of me. What is the KW on the diesel?
150.
150?
Yeah, it's 150, yeah.
I'll make an inquiry to one of my vendors and ask them.
I think the genset's one deal, but like Kevin said, once you start digging the ground, I mean, I don't know, the gas company, I mean, they could be hundreds of dollars a foot for gas line and then boosters, so.
Well, the gas company typically has been good with municipal applications.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good to know. It's good to
I'm
hear.
not sure you want to talk about a booster though.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to, I really don't want to entertain a booster. I don't think that that's going to be particularly required.
All right, well, you're almost over the goal line with it, Kevin. I mean, just keep running with it and see where you get end of the day with the gas company and boosters and costs for this gas generator. And then we can look at them both and go from there.
Fantastic. Thank you.
All right. Any questions or comments from anyone on the board on the library or the public safety complex?
No, I have none. No.
Nope.
All right, moving right along. Any old or new business to discuss?
This is Chief Murphy. I just wanted to let you know, I emailed you that list of vendors for brakes and all that. I emailed what we got from John Bologna, so you should have that in your email
Okay, great.
for review.
Okay.
Okay?
Like I said, I'll get an email out to the board and get a quick meeting together some night and just hammer that stuff out.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were included on that. It would have made sense to have it a few days ago.
That's all right. So the next meeting on the books is April 13th, but I'll get an email out to get something going sooner than that. Just a quick half hour to meet up and vote on a couple things. So yeah, any other final comments or questions? No? All right. So I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:34 p.m. Is there a second?
Second?
All right, seconded by Carl. If we do a quick roll call of the board, Alicia, that'd be great.
JD?
JD's not on the board. He might have left already.
Okay, Stephanie? Yes. Larry?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Linda?
She's not on the board. Just Carl
All right. Carl?
Yes.
and Steven. Yep. And yes. All right. So the vote's unanimous. So yeah, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you everybody for your time and your work tonight. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night. Bye-bye. Good night.